Welcome to Jazz Piano Daily 123. So we're going to have some fun now. For the next couple of lessons, I'm going to show you how to create a blues solo. So we're going to do this in real time. I'm going to kind of write the music as we go. All right, so let's dive in here. So now, as you probably already know, if you want to get the full sheet music for this, you will need to be a Jazz Piano Daily member. So just go back to jazzpianodaily.com. All right, so first of all, my chord voicing for the B-flat blues, I'm going to use the 3-note voicings for right now just to kind of get help you get more comfortable with them. I'm going to change this voicing note down to this down here. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this 8VA and the simile and all that, and I'm going to, right now, just throw that voicing right on down there, all right? Okay, so now, when improvising over the blues, what's helpful to start with is you could kind of use a lick-based approach, all right? So, some players have, pluses and minuses to using a lick-based approach. I personally don't like just playing licks over and over again. I like creating improvisational lines. But licks are a good place to at least start your improvisation, all right? So like, doing something like... Yeah. Maybe do something... like that. Yeah, I like that. So let's figure out the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's coming in on the beat for E flat 7. Let me get that chord there. And I know that I'm going to be in the right hand, be hitting that, and probably do that as a half note. So this is starting on the upbeat, right? Oops, 8th note upbeat. All right, and then I have this. Right. So this pattern right here, that 16th note triplet to an 8th note. So starting with this, I'm going to do a 16th note and then make this triplets. And then I have 2 8th notes right there. And then that ties over. Now, one thing I like to do as well is I like utilizing the playback on some of this software, because then you can really kind of hear as written, is it proper? Is it right? Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, so let me turn that up just a little bit more so you can hear it. I'll try playing that again. Yeah, perfect. Now, what about the left hand? I'm not going to write in comping in the left hand. Why? Because quite frankly, you could pretty much do the comping wherever you want. So, you can do something like that. So I'll write that in for you so you can at least see that. That's going to be short. And then, and let's just fix this. And again, let's see what this sounds like when we play it. Whoops, let me turn the volume up for you. All right, so, again, on these lessons, I don't have this all written out, so I appreciate your patience as I do this. Okay, good. Now, obviously, this is playing it straight, right? So, you can kind of understand that when you swing it, it's going to sound just a little bit different. Okay, all right, so that's good. Now let's try putting on the iReal Pro track. Okay. Remember, you can download this as well. Okay, and let's see what this sounds like with the iReal Pro track. Now, let me turn this down. Whoops, sorry, I took out the bass and I put it on rock. Okay, which I could keep it on rock, right? Let me just show you what that would sound like if I keep it on rock. I'm just going to end up changing it so it's more straight. All right, so you see how I'm playing it straight. I'm not swinging it, but I'm going to put it on a medium swing instead. Okay. We'll put that back at 115. Here we go. All right, so now let's talk about what I did here. So you see this 16th note triplet in here. This create that little turn. These are great. They add a lot of nice flavor to your solo. But then also take a look at this right here, right? That anticipation. Right? So anticipating before I get to the next measure, that's also a great way of kind of pushing that solo along. All right, so now we have the first measure here. So, okay. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I like that. All right, so now what am I doing here? See how I'm utilizing the chord tones of E flat? So let's get the rhythm here. All right, so 8th note. Oops. So that's going to be a triplet right there. Pulling that out. Okay, so now we got. All right, so now let's do this in the left hand here. Let's get a little bit of active comping going on in the left hand. So I'll just keep that as a half note. I'm not going to do anything else in the right hand of that measure. I got a lot of nice motion going on right here for the first couple of measures. So instead, let's utilize the left hand here in my solo. Could do that. Yeah, I could do that. So I can go to a G flat 7 there. It's a tritone substitution. I've talked about tritones before I get to the F minor. Now notice it still says B flat 7, but I'm going to throw a tritone substitution in the left hand without changing the chord. Okay? So the iReal Pro track here is still just going to play B flat 7 to F minor 7, right? But I'm going to throw in that G flat 7. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So this is going to be. Okay, so that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2. And 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and yeah, on the end of 3. Okay. And then we'll just move right on to my F minor 7, just right on the beat. Let's take a listen to that now. Turn this volume up. All right, good. we'll fix that other chord. All right, now let's play it along with the iReal Pro track. Whoops, sorry. What's going on here? Forgive me, this thing is getting a little bit funky on me here. All right, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. So this tension that's created here with that G flat 7 chord, okay, it's a very temporary tension before I move on to the F minor. Right? So these tensions that are created, as long as there's a resolution, it's fine. All right, so now I'm thinking, you know what I want to do in here? I want to, well, first of all, I want to do this. I want to make this one measure, and then make this one measure, one staff here. Okay. That'll make it a little bit easier for you to be able to read this. Okay? All right, so now what I want to do here is I want to create a sequence coming up. Do that. So it's just going to be triplets. So now what am I doing here? I'm really kind of using like my F natural minor scale, right? See how I'm using that F natural minor scale? But the other way in which you could think of it is like, okay, I'm using F minor, but then when I move on to the B flat 7, I'm bringing in that kind of blues note again, the D flat, and it's also going to kind of tie into the E flat 7 because that's the flat 7 of my E flat 7. So rather than using, listen to what happens if I do like a natural D. Right? It doesn't have that same blues bite to it, so I like that flat 3rd in there. Right? I like that instead. All right, so now let's do this all as triplets. Whoops. Let me do that. And then let me just repeat all of this. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, I'm using Sibelius as the software to write all of this out. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It is what it is. And then probably on the E flat. And the left hand, got my F minor to B flat 7, and then I'll hit E flat 7 there. Okay, and that's as far as we're going to go. We're just going to do those 4 measures for right now. So I have. All right, so now my whole solo. Okay, now again, you might love it, you might hate it, you might like parts of it. Personally, I'm not completely in love with it because a lot of times when you start writing out a solo, it loses some of that spontaneity, right? But I just want to kind of show you how we're utilizing left hand, right hand, kind of bringing it all together. See here in this measure how I'm utilizing this, right? That sequencing. And then also notice what I'm doing with my targeting as well. See here how, what am I targeting? Right here, I'm targeting the flat 7. Right, the flat 7 of the E flat. When I go to the B flat, targeting the 3rd of the B flat. When I hit the F, hitting the root. When I hit the B flat, I hit the flat 7. When I hit the E flat down there, I'm hitting the root. So see how I'm hitting those chord tones on those strong beats. That just kind of helps to like make your solo a little bit more cohesive. All right, so now let's try playing this along with the backing track. Sounds pretty good, right? Not so bad. And then checking it along with, let's See what it sounds like if I play it right here in the software. Yeah, this thing is messing up on me now. So okay, good, right? Like I said, I like checking it with the software as well, just to make sure that my rhythms are all written out properly, bearing in mind full well that this is playing it a little bit more straight, not really swinging it the way that I would want to, but at least it gets the point across. All right, so there's the first part of your solo. Try working that out. Now, if you don't want to play the solo that I just wrote here, absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. Try writing out your own solo, okay? I will also make sure that you have the left hand. Well, actually, no. I don't have to do that. You could write out the left hand. You know, you can get some blank staff paper, and you could write out your own solo. So if you don't want to play the solo that I have here, then write out your own solo. Is it a good idea to write out your solos? I think it's a good idea to at least write out some solos, right? Maybe a couple of them, because that writing of the improvisation then shifts you into the compositional mindset, right? And that compositional mindset allows you to kind of think about stuff a little bit differently, make some choices, and make some edits. Should you write out all of your solos? No, absolutely not. Solos should be a spontaneous creation. But writing out some solos and kind of analyzing what you're doing in a solo, that's always a good idea. All right, so I'll see you in the next lesson, and we'll continue with our solo. To get the first 45 pages of music for free, just go back to jazzpianodaily.com. If you liked the video, please be sure to click the like button and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. To watch the rest of the lessons in this series, just click on the playlist to the right of this arrow. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.